you look dark.
It's really racist, dude. We just started.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
The Lunsby Show with
T-Bone.
And Chick Brew.
God bless. All these years, just get it right one time.
What do you want from me?
40 years they've been trying. You couldn't fire somebody if they were horrible, doing a terrible job for the veterans. And now you can say you're fired.
Okay. No one listens to radio.
And now for a quick disclaimer.
The Lunsby Show with
T-Bone
And Chick Brew.
is brought to you by nobody. We have no sponsors.
The show is still rated G.
For Gloria.
It is the first week of May, and I am freezing. I got a big old coat on. I got my hands in my pockets, just trying to stay warm. But it's only freezing in the location I'm in. It's not too temperate outside, so I may just jump in the hot tub afterwards to warm back up.
To defrost?
Yes, to defrost. So what is going on with your lighting this evening? That's what I was referring to, not your skin color.
Yeah, no, because I'm still very pale. I think it's because I'm sitting downstairs because it's late instead of my normal place, and the light is just on half. But I can't move right now because there's a dog that is trying to attack the sky.
Okay.
So I'm holding him hostage so he doesn't bark.
Which of the two is trying to attack the sky? And what's going on in the sky that would make, oh, hey, Granger. Or Willie.
You remembered his name.
Or Willie or Georgie or whatever his name was going to be. What is going on in the sky that's got his anxiety levels up?
Air? I don't know. I just got home. I literally just walked in the door. I got here, and Rupert, he sleeps in his crate. That's his bed. It's his happy place.
Right.
But when I came in, they were both locked in there, which means that Rupert was sleeping in there and Granger was being annoying. So the manager put him in there so that he would shut up. As soon as I opened the crate, he came out.
Okay. Well,
and now he's in my lap with feelings.
He's in your lap. He's being petted calmly. Life is good.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all.
He thinks it is.
I did something to my coccyx.
Not the coccyx.
Yeah, I did something to my coccyx, and I don't know what I may have done, but it is an uncomfortable feeling when you do something to your coccyx. And normally injuring that portion of your body is something you would remember. I know as a young man, as a child, I really, really hurt my coccyx. I built a ramp off the back stairs that I was going to slide down, and I did not pack the snow, so as soon as I went off the ledge there, it was straight onto my coccyx.
Oh, as soon as you started that story, I knew exactly where it was going.
That is a pain that you will never forget. And maybe this is an old coccyx injury that's coming up. Like my old sledding days are catching up to me. I don't know. I did sit on a wall yesterday, and I didn't feel like it was a wall covered in ivy. I didn't feel like I had done any damage, but I was sitting there for quite a while. Maybe one of the roots rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. What were you doing? What were you doing that would have you sitting on a wall covered in ivy, T-Bone? Excellent question, Chick Brew.
Well, I know what you were doing because I follow the fan page.
Oh,
or I'm a fan of your page.
Yeah, for those who don't, yesterday we did a movie. So the independent filmmakers in the Harrisburg area, they're under the umbrella of CineSpark, and they have these regular competitions to come up to drop a movie idea and make it happen in a very, very short period of time. So the clock on this one was 48 hours. It's got to be done in 48 hours. The deadline is a mere 3 hours and 30 minutes away. 3 hours and 26 minutes away. I have been assured by independent award-winning film director Hal Kramer that it's going to be done in time to meet the deadline. But on Friday at 8 o'clock, they release the memo. This is what you have to make a movie of, and you got 48 hours to get it done. And in preparation for this, he already had a team of actors, ready to go, and we didn't have any idea of what it was going to be. But he talked to me Thursday night when we were at the Comedy Zone. He's like, here's what I'm kind of thinking. You know, if you got a premise, then you can build around a theme. So he told me what the premise was, and I came home that night, and I pondered, and I pondered, and I pondered. The next morning, I got up, and I put it to paper. I had an idea that I thought would make a really cool movie, and it incorporated what he was thinking, and the producer says I overstepped my bounds. But I created this thing, and then I sent it to him and was like, you know, if you're interested, this is what I think could happen. And he liked it. He liked it a lot. So he made the changes that he needed to make for it to be what it needed to be. But for the most part, we ran with my idea. And I cannot wait to share it with people. I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
You can actually post the link this time?
I posted the link to the last one, didn't I? I feel like I did do that. But if
I saw a lot of pictures of the behind the scenes. I
can't ruin it. So even if we're allowed to get a sneak peek at it, I can't share that with you until the competition. That's a violation of the rules. But once the competition breaks and he puts the link live on YouTube, I will definitely share that. And if I didn't do it with the last movie, I'll go back and I'll do that too. Hey, anything interesting going on there? We never even did the thing. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone. That's my friend Chickboo. Just a quick reminder, this is what this is all about. Basically, it's an international morning show where I like to hit the microphone with my pen. She lives in southern Spain. I live in central Pennsylvania. We get together once a week, and we talk about things, like the previous conversation about Coccyx and independent film movie making. And we engage our audience. We have a nice homegrown audience from our radio days that have been with us for years and years. And we continue to do this because it gives us an opportunity to speak to each other once a week. And it gives our fans an opportunity to hear old familiar voices. If you're a new listener, be sure to join the Facebook group and say hello, and we will respond in kind. Now, back to my...
Hola.
Yes. Hello or hola. Both of them are sufficient. I met a lot of great people while we were doing this movie. So they are new listeners, I'm assuming. Plus...
I told my cousin...
Yes?
I talked to my cousin like right before we started. As I was getting out of the car, I said, I have to go because I have to record the podcast. And she said, what's your podcast called? So cousin Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Shout out. And the reason I was speaking to her, I mean, she's my favorite. Don't tell anyone else, but...
No one's ever going to hear it. Yeah.
Her son is in the Navy.
Okay.
And the last July 5th, his ship came through here.
Oh.
As they started their deployment.
Yeah.
This past Friday,
he came back
I hung out with him again on his way home from their 11-month deployment.
Yeah, it's a tough job. It's a tough job.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you about a nice 11-month deployment. Man, does it give you an opportunity to save some money.
Right?
But one of the things, I don't know where I talked about this. It may have been on the Dom and Pickle podcast that I recently did, or it could have been anywhere. But when I was a young man and there was a Navy deployment in my future, it was the biggest deal in the world. Like a 2-month deployment? Are you kidding me? I'm going to be gone for 2 whole months? And then a 6-month deployment was the end of the world. A 6-month deployment? That's half a year. But as I got older and older, doing a year unaccompanied was, I started with doing 2 years unaccompanied, and then I did another year unaccompanied, and then I did 18 months unaccompanied. In the last 8 years of my career, 5 of them were alone by myself. And it just didn't have the same impact that the thought of a 6-month deployment had on me when I was a teenager. Because you're a teenager. You don't have that life. But when you're older, you're sending me away for a year? Okay. I mean, like now, I could do time. I could do, all right, okay. Somebody got out of line. I take an assault case. I'm going to do a couple years. Okay, I can handle that.
I know how this works. Also, time just goes by so much faster the older we get. It's May. It's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day on my list of things to talk about. You know why? Because one of my favorite mothers is yours.
And mine, yours.
Oh, how sweet is that? And another one of my favorite mothers, my wife's.
Yeah,
same. She's cool too.
Yeah, I think it's really wonderful when you get good in-laws.
It is. Let's think about that for a second, because I mean, the oldest joke in the book is, my mother-in-law. But in reality, I mean, your mother-in-law is just your future wife. It is your wife in the future. That's who your mother-in-law is. So if you got issues with your mother-in-law, surprise, surprise, you're going to have issues with your wife.
So my mother-in-law is British.
Yes.
And she has some very unique sayings. And one of them is when you have a hangnail, she calls it a stepmother's blessing.
A stepmother's blessing.
I call it a mother-in-law's blessing. She goes, that's not what it is every time. I was like, no. That's what it is now.
It's much better. That's much better, I think.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm never going to have a stepmother, but I feel like at this stage that my parents, I feel like they're locked in.
Did you do anything nice for any of the mothers in your life?
I sent them all gifts.
Oh, what did you send?
No, like gifts on the internet. The first thing this morning, very first thing this morning. And weirdly enough, my mom was still awake. And I said, what are you doing awake? Why are we parenting the parents at this stage in our lives?
Because they're out of control.
They are out of control. What are you enjoying retirement? Just chilling, watching Netflix until the wee hours of... Oh, also Netflix.
Yeah.
Worst Ex ever, that show.
Haven't seen it.
Nightmare fuel.
Nor do I want to. I just as I process
so
the
thrilled
title
to be married.
As I process the title, I do not want to watch this show.
Absolutely terrifying. And it also makes you think like, oh, I guess it really could have been worse.
Something is going on with the algorithms. Something is happening out there. And I brought this up in conversation yesterday at the table read. And unbeknownst to me, one of the people at the table read, Vanessa, she's got 44,000 followers. She does a show in English and in Spanish every week. And she's got a great following. And now she's not getting any views. She's been throttled because of her success. They're basically extorting money out of her now in order for her to share with her audience that she created. I think that's insane. I'm not happy about that at all. But our audience isn't 44,000 strong yet.
It's 5.
But I did an ad for my friend Will C. My friend Will C is going to be here in 2 weeks. He's a headlining comedian. He's an actor. He's a veteran. He's a storyteller. He's the founder of the Veterans of Comedy. I made this cool commercial for the Comedy Zone because in support of Military Appreciation Month, they're giving free tickets. 3 free passes for every veteran. A veteran gets in free, and he can bring 3 free in with them. So there's no reason in the world why I shouldn't be getting the word out there and sharing this information with all of the veterans, and we can pack these shows. It'll be a great time. I mean, it's better. It's fun to play it's funner to play a full house. Always funner to play a full house. So
funner for sure.
I'm really I'm really stumped as to what I may have done that would cause that video not to be seen at all. It's so strange, so weird. It gets weirder. I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, hydrate.
I get on with good old Gemini. When I am making this ad, I had done some transitions and everything using TikTok or Instagram. I don't know what it was that I used, but I was doing some things with it, and it was really cool, but it's only cool for 7 seconds. That's as long as it would let me do. So I get on to Gemini. I'm like, hey, I want you to do what I did here in 7 seconds over the length of the 1:43-second video. And it's like, sure, I can do that. All you got to do is pay me. And I was like, but I don't want to pay you. Yeah, but if you want to do this, I can do this for you if you get the Gemini Plus Oh, you son of a gun. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll get the Gemini Plus. And I got on there and I paid my $19 and I immediately said, okay. No, $20, $19.99. I said, okay. I paid the next level is $249 a month.
No.
So I was good at $20. So I said, okay, I paid the ransom. Can you do this for me now? And then Gemini comes back and is like, no, I can't. And I'm like, but you said you could do this. And it's like, yeah, I can't. And I'm like, I'm very upset. I just paid this money and I would almost want to read the conversation back to you because Gemini's like, yeah, I know it feels like a bait and switch. You know what I'd recommend? You go and ask for a refund. And I did. Today, my refund request was denied because it violated their policy. What'd you say?
That feels on brand.
I am so angry with the Geminis and the Googles right now because I paid the money so that you could do what you said you would do, and then you didn't do it, and then you won't give me back my money. I'm not happy, Google. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I said extortion. Highway robbery.
Extortion. Robbery. I'm so upset. So, we talk. And when we talk, sometimes we talk over one another, which is easier to do in real life. It's also easier to do when I can see your lips. But
no, but I can't.
All I got is a nose up. That's all I got.
Up my nose?
I don't want to look up your nose. But in the course of our conversation, especially in real life, when we talk with one another, we step on each other's conversations. That happens. And I've always thought the movie business was so fake in that everyone says their bit, and then there's a pause, and then the next person says their thing. And then there's a pause, and then the next person says their thing. And I was talking to award-winning independent film director Hal Kramer yesterday. And I said, it feels unnatural. I know what my line is. I know as soon as they finish their line, I'm supposed to say my line, but you tell me that I need to one Mississippi it. I'm supposed to one Mississippi before I create my dialogue, and I don't know why we do that. It's unnatural. Do you know why we do that?
So my brain can keep up with what's happening?
To make the edit easier.
Oh.
Yep. And as someone who does a lot of editing, I now appreciate the one Mississippi.
You want me to one Mississippi you?
I do not want you to one Mississippi me because we cannot one Mississippi. When we talk about new listeners, there's some other ones out there. I'm seeing some bouncies. I'm seeing some numbers jumping up and down because, and I believe the giant magnet logos that I have on both sides of the caddy as I drive around town and park in popular places, I think it's starting to get some attention. It's a cool logo, okay?
It's a fun time, yeah. It looks like it's going to be a good time.
But the addition of Zeus over the top of it really gets people interested. Like, what's this? What's this? I was like, oh, that's my puppy.
Who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want to? If someone doesn't want to, then they're not for us. They're not our people. So again, if you're a new listener, love having you. Oh yeah, and we've got the billboard there at Valley Bistro, which is a fantastic billboard to have on a bright sunny day. If it's not a bright sunny day, everybody's sitting inside. But if it's a bright sunny day, everyone's sitting outside, and there's a 300-foot billboard in front of them that they can see our smiling faces on. I need to redo the ads that we have on the billboards because I think the baby thing has faded. The baby thing was funny for a while, and then the baby thing just kind of faded out. Nobody's doing the baby thing anymore, and now superheroes. Everybody's doing dogs. Ooh, you want to be a superhero? I want to be a superhero. I don't want to be a dog. It would just be the dogs in our place. Like your face would be a beagle, and my face, of course, would be a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Oh, I do love beagles. Poor Granger. So, what superhero? That's a funny question that comes up at the Zone a lot. I'm obviously Halle Berry as Storm. Slow down. Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't know. Halle Berry Storm. I was going to ask the question, what superhero would I be? Captain America. Oh, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong with that. I was thinking more of Homelander. I don't know that one. You haven't seen The Boys yet. Oh, no. Oh, that's a good one. That's way more realistic than any of those Marvel things. How about as a Tony Stark? I could be Iron Man. Extra. I was having a conversation the other day about what would be a good side hustle.
Uh-huh.
And I have decided that if I were to do a side hustle, I would purchase a way too expensive lifelike. They have like a Captain America, but Iron Man version.
Yes.
It's like the full, yes, that one. Costume, and I would charge $250 per birthday party.
Uh-huh.
And I'd show up for an hour and a half, take the pictures, make the flaps open.
Yes.
And then leave.
Okay. You've had several side hustles over the years. Are you still renting dresses?
No, I sold all of them.
Okay. Are you still catering?
Yes and no. Mostly for friends. I have an order for graduation this year.
Okay.
For some cupcakes. And then I'm doing a charcuterie board for a retirement. So just some little things here and there.
What cheap ass is getting a charcuterie board for their retirement?
It's just part of it. They're doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just their family's coming to Spain to visit for the first time for their retirement. So they want to have all of the Spanish tapa snackies.
Yes, of course. What was the name of the place out there on Difusión? It's on the main drag there on the beach, and across the street up into the trees, there's a little Spanish word for small place where you can eat.
Chiringuito?
Chiringuito, yeah, the small Chiringuito up in the woods. It's real close to where you used to live. And then there was a restaurant on the first floor of an apartment building.
Oh, yeah.
That they became the steak place out over the steak place in Rhoda.
Steakhouse.
The steakhouse. So back when they were on the main drag, that place caught on fire this week, right?
Is that why it was closed?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. And it's very unusual to see that kind of fire in Spain, mainly because all the buildings are made out of poured concrete. If you get a fire in one room, it usually stays in that one room. It can cause some damage, but the building is still there. Here, the entire building would be gone. There, this one apartment was definitely inflamed, and the resident passed.
Yes, I did hear about that.
But that was...
I didn't realize that it was that building.
That was directly above where the steakhouse used to be. And when the steakhouse was there, that's where I retired from, and they had the most amazing ribs. This was before I learned how to cook ribs. And I bought like $400 worth of ribs from them for my retirement party. And they treated me like a king from that day forward. Like, anytime me and Zeus stopped by, they always gave me a free beer. They always said hello. They were the nicest people. And then when they moved the restaurant, another thing took over that restaurant, and that wasn't bad either. That's just that I didn't have any history with the new people. I didn't get free beer there.
I'm sorry, I don't think you know who I am. I'm the guy that gets free beer.
One of my favorite life hacks that I love to share with people. If you're one of our Spain listeners, here's a life hack for you. Anytime you want a beer, pull out a €50 note. Because they would prefer to just give you the beer than to make change. I always thought that was funny. I would always pull out a 50 and I would almost always get a free beer.
They're like, no, sir. Absolutely not.
Any big changes going on in the Rhoda area that I would be wanting to know about?
Not really. It's quiet right now because summer is about to hit.
Oh, my goodness. Old Spanish summers, man.
And I gotta say, I think this year is gonna be a hot summer. I'm not excited. Yeah. Oh, we had a bunch of tornadoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had like 3 tornadoes on base this week.
On base?
Weekend. On base.
That's very unusual.
Yeah, one over the water in Rhoda, which is pretty regular.
Yeah, water spout, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like one over behind, like kind of by the flight line, like out that way.
Uh-huh.
One over by Camp Cologne, and someone said, and then the other one was kind of over by Fuels, by the post office.
I feel like this is made up. You got any video? I haven't seen any video.
Yeah, I do actually. I got video.
Oh, okay. Then it's probably not made up. Maybe.
Because the one that was at Camp Cologne went over, like traveled towards the pier. And when I was talking to a sailor today, and he was like, yeah, I was in my rack and the boat moved when the boat shouldn't have moved. I was like...
That is a key indicator that something is amiss when the boat is moving and it should not be moving.
Something is afoot.
Hey, I haven't mentioned Damian yet, so I'm going to do that now. Hello, Damien. It's just
Hola, Damien.
we've been going back and forth where I talk about his show, the Attempted Delivery Podcast, and on his show he talks about our show, and it's nice. We all try to help each other out. Again, I mentioned earlier I did the Dom and Pickle podcast this week. I'm not. It's not my proudest work. I'm not. I had a good time. They're great guys. I felt like I could have done better. I was beating up myself on my own performance. Hey, let's talk about food. It's time to talk about cooking.
And tonight prove one thing. You know, f*** all.
My friend Brandon, he loves to get his protein from eggs. And when I say loves to get his protein from eggs, this man in his weekend meal prep does a lot of eggs. Let's just say 4 dozen. He cooks up like 4 dozen or more eggs to take to work and eat and get his protein. That's how he does it.
Too many eggs.
He's an athletic guy, and he needs his protein, and he gets it via eggs. What he didn't know was the joy that you can get in using an Instapot to make your hard-boiled eggs. The one-handed roll-off shell intact technique. I taught that to him, and he was doing that this weekend, and I am excited to see him tomorrow to find out how it went. Because
I do say if you have to make a bunch of eggs,
yes,
the Instant Pot is for sure the move.
The best. The additional thing I have done is I bought an egg piercer. So yeah, and it makes it even better. So egg piercer is a little thing that you could imagine the bottom of an egg would fit in, except in the bottom of the thing there's a small needle. So you put your egg on top and you push it down. It puts a little tiny hole in the air pocket at the bottom of the egg, and then you put them all inside your Instapot, set it, and forget it. 6 minutes later, you take it out. You put it in an ice bath, and then when you take those things out, you just tap them on the bottom, make sure they're cracked, and you just roll that egg right out of its shell. The hardest part, and it's crazy to me how much they charge for hard-boiled eggs, that they probably have a machine that could take off the shells. But like in BJ's, to get a half dozen hard-boiled eggs, it's like $9. Ooh. Just because somebody already did the work for you. But if
they're proud of them eggs at good old BJ's.
I love that place. It really is. I feel like I don't use it it doesn't have the best grocery section. It does have a great deli. And they do have a good variety of things that I don't eat and I don't get. So their salad.
I feel like they did have a good selection of Spindrift.
They do have a good selection of Spindrift. This summer,
Which
I'll
is
have
wasted on you.
I'll have some cold in the fridge just waiting for you. So that if you should find a way to get to Central Pennsylvania, we're gonna take care of all your Spindrifts. You shall not want for Spindrifts.
Central Pennsylvania.
Have you done any cooking-related stuff recently?
Well, I burned my mouth on a frozen microwave pizza yesterday.
Hot lava.
Yeah. Most of it was like not hot, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to put it back in the microwave. That ship has sailed." And I burned the back gum, like where your wisdom teeth would be.
Uh-huh.
And now my ear hurts. What the heck, dude?
You eat in a very strange way, because the roof of your mouth, we have all done that on microwave pizza.
No, I definitely burned that too. But it was like, I think I like panicked and tried to like move it away from there. So I burned my back molar area.
Are you a person that microwaves with feelings, or do you...
No, I followed the directions.
You followed the directions. And this is a woman who has exercised patience. This is a woman who can let a chuck roast rest for an hour.
Yeah.
But you couldn't wait an extra 10 seconds for that pizza to cool down.
Most of it wasn't hot.
Then those are bad directions.
Yeah. I mean, the cheese was kind of melty on most of it, except for in the center. Weirdly enough, the center was the part that burned my mouth.
That is how microwaves work. It's always going to be
the
the center.
Yeah, but the cheese wasn't even melted there.
So then what burned you? The sauce?
Who knows? All I know is now my ear hurts and I don't like it.
I hate about, and I don't think there's any adult on the planet that hasn't burned the roof of their mouth. And
especially if they've consumed pizza literally ever in their life.
The skin that's on the roof of your mouth after burning it, that it drives my tongue.
The texture?
It drives my tongue nuts. And my tongue will not rest until all of the skin has been eroded away from the injury.
Yep, you're going to have to exfoliate that immediately. No, it's true. And it's so like thin and just unpleasant. It's unpleasant.
It is so unpleasant. I am licking the roof of my mouth right now to see if maybe I have some remainder, some leftover burn tissue from before.
So, I mean, I think we've all done it, right? There's been like some dish that you've made, and for some reason, for some unknown to you period of time, that dish is going to sound good no matter what day of the week it is. I don't know. So lately, the only thing I want to eat is
Are you showing me something?
Salmon.
Oh.
Salt, pepper in the skillet. Nothing fancy.
I like
broccoli.
A good blackened salmon.
Nope. That's too much seasoning. Don't want it.
Okay.
All I want, salt, pepper, pan-seared, and steamed broccoli. What?
Normally, I would play a commercial or something here for a quick transition while I take a sip and we move on to something. But instead, I'm going to play the commercial that apparently no one's seeing. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, T-Bone, from the Lunds P Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. I've got a special ad for the Comedy Zone. This month, the Comedy Zone, in honor of military appreciation, has got a special offer that I want you to know about. Veterans, you, and up to 3 people can laugh for free. That's you, the veteran, active duty, reserve, retired, deceased. You and 3 people can go to the Comedy Zone on Friday or Saturday, May 22nd and 23rd, to see headlining comedian, founder of the Veterans of Comedy, comedian, veteran, actor, storyteller, the very funny Will C will be here both Friday and Saturday, May 22nd and May 23rd. Again, veterans, you know who you are, veterans, and up to 3 people with that veteran can get in for free. All you have to do is call the Comedy Zone. The Comedy Zone's phone number, take your time, write this down, 717-920-3627. That's 717-920-3627. Reservations are required. Let's sell this show out for veterans and up to 3 people. Again, the Comedy Zone Harrisburg, in support of Military Appreciation Month, is giving free tickets to a veteran and up to 3 people on May 22nd and May 23rd to see headlining comedian, founder of the Veterans of Comedy, headlining comedian Will C, veteran comedian, actor, storyteller. It's a great show. It's a great time. If you didn't take time to write down the number, just go to the website, harrisburgcomedyzone.com. That's one word, harrisburgcomedyzone.com. You can also do the abbreviated version, hbgcomedyzone.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me. Stop. It was on loop. What happened? What did I dare I am? That's a quality commercial.
Yeah.
Yes. And
I saw it on Facebook.
And the music is good music. You know why? Because I made the music.
Yeah, you're making good music.
That's good music. And that's a good ad. I tell you, old habits are hard to break. The first time I recorded it, it was, it doesn't matter, the times. So based on your career, you do 30-second, you do 1 minute. Sometimes you do a 90-second. Rarely do you do a 120-second commercial.
Correct. Normally you do 15 or 30.
Yeah, 30.
Sometimes a minute.
30's good. 30's and a minute. And any of the ones I've done in the past are for no reason. They're still following those old timelines. But this is the internet. We don't have to do that anymore. I could have limited it to a minute, but where's the fun in that? I'm enjoying the music on that. That's such a great ad. Hey, you got any headlines for me?
I do.
And now it is time for headlines from around the globe.
Hey, each week, she pulls from the ether a random headline or two. She gives it to me, and my job is to mine it for some type of entertainment or informational value. I fail often. Something just turned off. Oh, did I just blink long? What happened in there? All right.
I don't know, but I think my neighbor's dog might have murdered something just now.
No. So, that's what happens during this little thing we do where we talk about headlines. And for the first one...
Doctor accidentally fixes patient's irregular heartbeat by sticking a finger in a very unsuspecting place.
I saw this headline many, many times. And I, with the highest of restraint, avoided clicking this link because I was hoping that you would also find this headline and then you would give me an opportunity to solve the mystery. How did the doctor fix the man's irregular heart rate? Well, he's got to go in one of the pre-made orifices. It's he didn't create a new orifice and then stick his finger in there. That would just be called surgery. But he started prodding around on the guy, and the easy answer is that he prodded a little too far up in the Coccyx area. That's the easy answer. Like he just reached up there and gave his heart a massage from the tuchus region. That would be a fun way of doing that. But if I had to guess, of which I am doing because I don't know, other available orifices that we have on a man, the ears, the nose, and the mouth. Where did the doctor stick his finger that fixed a man's irregular heartbeat? I want to say tuchus, but I'm going to guess that he found a nerve ending in this man's ear. Did I guess correctly?
You were right with the butt, dude. Yep. All it took was one little... And then, even months later at the follow-up, no more arrhythmia issues.
How does
Maybe that's what you missed. You weren't having a heart attack.
You know, your doctor says something, you're like, okay, you're a doctor. You clearly know what you're talking about. I value your opinion. But my cardiologist telling me, hey, take off your pants and bend over. I may have gotten my ologist is confused. I thought I was here for cardiology, not proctology. No. Trust me on this one. I've been testing this lately. Seems to work out fine. Bend over.
I got a theory.
Woohoo! You know, that would have been a hard sell. That would have been a hard sell for me to take it easy.
Easy.
Don't let my finger up your bum drive you crazy. What a crazy story that is. Hey, do you have another?
I have another one, but now I'm a little apprehensive, right? Because I just told my cousin to listen to the show, and now I've talked about a butt.
You talked about a news story.
Right. This next one is...
And once again, even though we are on the internet, we are still FCC compliant.
Right, yes.
We are not getting fined.
I will replace the one word with a safe for work word.
Okay. This is a headline that has to have a word replaced?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait. And for the strangest moment here, I feel like I may have seen this headline too. So please give it to me.
Oh, boy, will I ever. Man uses his junk to pull police car down street to raise awareness for prostate cancer.
Not the one I was thinking of. There was one I was thinking of that I wanted to send to the comics and said, hey, guys, do your best with this headline. And it did involve something strange, but not as strange as this particular feat of strength. And it is... I'm about to overshare.
Well, you said feet of strength, and I feel like the average is 5.5.
I'm about to overshare, and that's what I do. But I'm going to do it in a way that's FCC compliant. Once upon a time, this was a thing that made it on TV shows. People would attach themselves to heavy objects and move them. And I once aspired to be one of those people. Now, I didn't start with a Tonka truck. I didn't start with a school bus. I started by lifting weights, incremental weights. I started with like a 1 pound weight, and then I moved up to 3 pounds, and then I got up to 5 pounds. But at the 5 pound limit, I started feeling, let's just say, abnormal. There was some things happening when I was lifting the 5 pounds where I realized maybe pulling a bus with my junk was not a good idea.
So I actually have a friend. And he traveled the world.
Yes.
And that's what he does. His name is Joe Lifto.
Joe Lifto. With a name
Joe
like
Lifto.
that, he has to.
Of course, right? That's Joe.
Hey, Joe. And Joe's doing exactly what I was training to do.
So he can normally be found at Casino El Camino now in Austin, Texas, serving up some frothy beverages. In fact, you can see him and myself together in that episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yes, where you are for a 1/10 of a second.
1/10 of a second, and my hair is big. But that's what Joe used to do for a living.
So the thing is, this guy was doing it to raise awareness for prostate cancer,
which is weird. It's a weird choice. I feel like people do things that they just want to do, and they're like, for awareness. You just wanted to, when in doubt, whip it out and see if you could.
But isn't there a more appropriate cause that you could use your junk to raise money for? Testicular cancer comes to mind.
Probably anything.
Urinary tract infections come to mind. Something dealing with the front end. If you're going to highlight prostate cancer, maybe, like
fingers in the butts for everybody.
Yeah, really impress me. Fix your arrhythmia with a plug type device and pull a truck doing that. Now that I'd pay money to see that. I would donate money to a cause of finding the cure for rectal cancer or what did I say? Not the rectal. It is rectal. Prostate. It's up there. It's in that area.
Yeah. I mean, it does feel like a front end exposition for a back end problem.
Yes. Yeah. Like it was a misplaced flex.
Right.
Wow, you were on with the headlines this week. I almost want to know if you've got another one.
I don't.
That's probably a good thing. Who's the new cousin that's listening? Pam?
Pam.
Hey, Pam. Thanks for listening. You're going to love this next part.
Oh, God.
The book of everything.
One of everything.
The book of everything.
One of everything.
The book of everything.
One of everything. The book of everything.
Woo! That's fire. That's fire right there, I'm telling you. Speaking of music that's fire, I love the people that I work with at the Comedy Zone. Payne Torado is our normal DJ, but life had overtaken his events, and he could not DJ the open mic on Thursday night. And they said, can anybody do it? And I'm like, I raised my non-firing hand. Pick me. And I went in there and I impressed those youngins with my music selections. And
what'd you play?
I've played all kinds of good stuff, but I'm only playing it for like 3 seconds at a time. And I didn't screw up too much. I'd like to believe I did a very good job. And someone sent me a text message and said, your playlist is fire.
Fire.
You don't know how that made me feel, Karen. You made me feel so good. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there's songs to be sung. Every week we go into the Book of Everything, and yes, that is another TK original, the Book of Everything song there. You can have it. You can use it for free. You have my permission to use the Book of Everything song in any way you may need, if just not to bounce around the house. It's such a good song. Do you have any idea what ham sucking is?
I have thoughts.
What are some thoughts that you would have?
Not FCC compliant.
If I were to, curious, what would you think ham sucking is?
No.
No? You're so afraid of yourself you can't even give an idea. Something
Constantly.
as simple as sucking on a ham? That's an easy one that's FCC compliant.
No, not even a thought in my head.
Ham sucking. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when we give you the fact of the book, when we give you a fact from the Book of Everything, we challenge you to use it at some point in this week. In this week coming up, find a way to use the word ham-sucking to let you know what it means so you don't feel dirty. Ham-sucking is the crime of assaulting someone in their own home.
Oh, I watched a lot of Netflix about that this weekend.
You think they could have come up with a better word for that, but they didn't.
Like almost anything. Kind of like the same as using the front end for the back end, you know?
We did the news. We did cooking. We did the book. I'm gonna push a button real quick because we need to talk. Hey everybody, it's T-Bone. Did you know you can listen to the Lunsby Show on the iHeartRadio app? The team at iHeartRadio has created 2 new features on the app. You can now auto-download to your device and be notified whenever new episodes are released, all for free using the iHeartRadio app. And you can listen to the Lunsby Show from anywhere. iHeartRadio. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love. I'm just thinking about the new listeners that we may have out there. I know Dave was one of the actors in the movie that we did, and he looked me up on the internet. Juan, he looked us up, and he's not only was he working as like the assistant director for the film, cool cat, but he's also a director that directs other things, and he was doing all the things, and I still feel pompous whenever I have to say line, and then he reads me my line, and I get to say my line. I feel so spoiled. Keith.
Yes. Tell me my words before I tell you my words.
Keith made me lunch and kept trying to feed me throughout the entire movie, so that's fun. Former Navy guy, and that was kind of cool. So we had Keith and we had Vanessa. I want to know more about Vanessa. I want to learn more about her. And Juan and David and Robin was there. Robin Henry was there, and of course,
he's one in a million.
Damian Robinson was also there. He was so funny. He's such a funny guy, and his timing was perfect most of the time. Most of the time, his timing was perfect, but there was a little period there towards the end where his timing was off. So off. But we had a real good time doing that. I'm looking forward to the red carpet treatment that we get when we go to Midtown Movie Theaters here in Harrisburg, and we all get to watch them.
They're like a release party.
Yeah. It's a really nice little place, and they've got 0 Day Brewing Companies there, and they got their habanero mango beer that's absolutely delicious.
Whoa.
I know you can't have it.
It would kill me.
I know you can't have it, but it's absolutely delicious. So they'll be
delicious.
They'll be doing that in 2 weeks. It's so good because there's just a hint of mango, and I think they use.
I'm gonna try it.
And I think they use ghost pepper. So there's heat hidden in it that follows it all the way down the gullet. So it's not a hard burn, but it's a noticeable heat that you feel all the way down your esophagus. It's tasty and delicious. Let's get into
not if your throat's swollen shut.
Yeah, that's always a problem. That's
I
why
won't feel it. I'm gonna try it.
If you want to try it, I'll have it ready for you. As long as you have your.
Are you trying to kill me?
As long as you have your medicine that you need to take so you don't die. And I will confirm with you that you have the medicine with you that allows you to live before I offer you any mango products.
Sometimes I carry it with me. Most of the time it's in my car.
Do you watch people share vapes?
Do I watch them?
Yeah, have you seen people that share vapes?
Yeah.
Especially in the States, especially the happy pins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they share those a lot. And I'm not, I've never been a person.
I don't even want to share a straw.
I am not that person. But I see other people do it all the time, and it's kind of strange. I recently came across like a mango flavored vape. It's a murder pen. Yeah, you should be very, very careful. In the things that are available in America now can hurt you in a bad way.
It's just reminding me a lot of Bahrain. Oh, there's mango in that.
There's mango in everything.
Yeah, when did that become an American thing?
Well, there's a large Indian population. I'm not going to say Indian. How about subcontinent? There's a large subcontinent population in Pennsylvania for whatever reason, and they love mango. I also love mango. They opened up an Indian grocery store, brand new Indian grocery store. It's near the office. I go to check, and take a look, and the whole front window is just bottle stacked bottle on top of bottle of mango juice. And they had really good prices on rice.
It's good. Sounds so good.
Yeah, it was a fun place. Let's briefly discuss what probably will be next week's question of the week. Now, we come up with a question of the week, and we put it out there, and we share it with our listeners. And our listeners habitually, for years and years and years, fail to participate. Now, we've got some that we can count on all the time, but there are more than just 4 people listening to this show. And we want to engage more of you than 4 people. So when we come up with these questions of the week, we try to give you something interesting. We try to make it easy and fun where you could just respond. So I've tossed this one around while we were discussing, and I think this could be fun. I think we ask the audience if they could be a superhero, what superhero would they be?
If I were a superhero,
oh my God, yes.
Man.
What is that, Lynch? Stephen Lynch?
David Lynch? David Lynch? Stephen Lynch?
Yes.
One of the Lynches.
I have not heard that in a long time. Yes, that's a great one. But
I'm glad that you recognize that. That made my night.
You made my night. Here's what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who know how to follow directions, I want you to answer this week's question. If you could be any superhero, what superhero would you be? Only with an image. Only with an image of you as that superhero.
$29.99.
No, you can do it for free. You can absolutely do it for free. And I want you to do it, and I'm going to do it, and we'll share ours next week when we record a new episode. But for the ladies and gentlemen out there, I want you to think about that. And include your kids. Yeah, we got the kids that listen too. Some of the kids are now adults that listen. Oh my God, the
we're old, dude.
The Zapfs children, the Pratts children, they're all like adults now, and just doing adult things. And I'm like, these were just kids just a little while ago. How did they get so big?
Every day is a struggle.
So that's going to be our question of the week. If you could be any superhero, what superhero would you be? Real or imagine? Maybe in your brain you know of a superhero that doesn't exist yet, and maybe you want to be that superhero. And here's what I would love. I would love if you just gave us the image but didn't tell us the name of the superhero, and let us try to figure it out. Now, if you don't know how to use ChatGPT, I'm going to tell you it's very easy. Go online, chatgpt.com. Okay? And it's free. It costs you nothing. And it allows you to upload an image of yourself. And then you can just type into the ChatGPT, please make a cartoon of me as this superhero. And it will do that. And it's really, really easy to do. Now, if you give it more details, it will give you a better rendition. If you say ultra realistic, it can make you look ultra realistically like a superhero. Or if you say cartoonish or character, but yeah, I can't wait to see how Chick Brew looks as Storm.
Well, now I want to do a different one because everyone is going to have a fun one.
Yes, let's do this. Let's have fun. And I'm just tossing this out there. I'm just thinking about it. If they're fun, if we've got some good ones, maybe that's what we do with the next billboard. Maybe we just cover it with superheroes. So that is it. That is your question of the week rolling into next week, ladies and gentlemen. If you could be a superhero, what superhero would you be? Do not type your answer. Send it to us in an image only. And don't even tell us what the image is. We'll try to figure it out next week. That is about all the time that we have this week, my friend. Thank you.
Flew by.
Thank you for staying up late. I know it's hard for you sometimes, living in the future, but we've covered all the things that we need to cover to make this a solid episode. So I'm going to sign off like this.
Get your laugh on and save a life. The Harrisburg Comedy Zone, in partnership with the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank, offer 2 free passes for every single pint of blood donated. Quick clarification, it must be your blood. 1 pint, 2 free passes. That's almost the junkie rate for a plasma donation. Did you know a single pint of blood can save as many as 3 lives? Did you know the Harrisburg Comedy Zone features amazing talent from all over the country every single weekend? Did you also know that blood expires and the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank is in regular need of donations? For more information on how you could save a life and have a laugh, Visit cpbb.org and harrisburgcomedyzone.com. That's one word, harrisburgcomedyzone.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.
Thank you for listening to T-Bone and Chick Brew. If you enjoyed that show, you should check out the Darrell McClain Show, independent media that won't reinforce tribalism. We have one planet and nobody's leaving, so let's reason together. You can find the Darrell McClain Show at the same place you actually listen to this show. Give it a shot.
1 hour and 5 seconds.
Nailed it.
Yeah. When I take out all the ums and oh my God, last week with you and the, what is the word you use all the time? Let me stop.